need to move on. And now we're going to have a bit of fun. So if you've got some pen and paper in front of you, that'll be great. If you haven't, if you just want to grab a piece of a pen and paper, that would also be great. And let's see how creative you are. So I've lost this. Oh, need to go back. Okay, so the first test is what we call the alternative use test. So in 1 minute, I'm going to time you. You can choose an umbrella or a teaspoon. So we don't need to do both. If you're so good and you want to do both in 1 minute, go for it. I want you to at least give me 10 alternative uses for either a teaspoon or an umbrella. Okay, so in other words, a teaspoon can be used as a drum to drum, so just to start you off, or an umbrella can be used as a to store. Yes. Okay, your minute starts now.
Maybe after a few seconds, please start sharing in the chat what you're coming up with.
Please, type in the thing. I don't know why I'm not seeing.
It's okay, I'm keeping my eyes on it for you.
Okay, so will you just tell me what people have said? For some reason have lost a chat.
I've noticed I could also not watch the chat when I shared for some reason. So this is all good. I'll keep you posted.
Okay, no, I've got the chat.
It got you, okay.
I think. So don't copy other people's. Okay, 20 more seconds.
Wow, Alistair, wow.
The last place prize.
Oh, yeah.
So I like some of these. Mukana, eating a spoon. I think that's a given. So I want to see something else coming from you.
Yes, Mukona. Mukona also just completed her grade 12. So we've got a couple of entrepreneurial grade 12s who are starting their own business online here as well, which I think is
well
great.
Done. Shuvadette, you got 13. Brilliant. Okay, your time is up. I gave you a little bit more. I was a little bit more generous, but well done. Okay, so this is what we call divergent thinking. Very quickly, to train our brain to think of alternative uses for a particular object, or it can be a service. So just to understand how it gets measured. So in terms of, sorry, I just want to get rid of my chat now. So in terms of fluency, that means you've managed to come up with at least 10 alternative uses per object. That is called fluency. So here are just some ideas that I've taken off the internet of alternative uses. So some of them are really cool. I like the ballerina's dress, and even I haven't thought of that one before. Okay, so if you're able to come up with 10 or more in your minute, you know your fluency is good. Your flexibility is good if your ideas were quite unique from each other. So they weren't all very similar ideas. I saw someone say Christmas decorations. Look how nicely they've done actually a Christmas tree with spoons. And then if your originality is good, that means no one else has thought of that idea. So when you do it as a group or you do it collectively as a team build or whatever it might be, this is what you'd look for. So if everyone had for digging, a spoon for digging, then we know your originality is not good. So it's looking for those really, really original ideas, such as the lampshades or I don't know if any of you, us women, have ever used a spoon to do their eyebrows. That's quite a clever idea. Okay, your next task. So if you've got a sheet of paper, just draw 8 boxes quickly. And while you're drawing those 8 boxes, really rough, they do not have to be perfect. All I want you to do is to divide all these 8 boxes into 4, note, equal parts. So I started off the first one because I know that's what everyone would do. And I pretty much know the first 4 that everyone would do anyway. So again, let me give you some time and let's see how you fare. So when you've in the chat, you can just say managed 4 boxes, managed 5, done 6. And let's see how well you can do in, I'm only going to give you like 1 and a bit minutes. So go for it.
This is difficult, Lana.
It's not difficult. So remember, we're evaluating creativity now. I'm not trying to see how creative you are. We're evaluating creativity. And you'll see why I'm trying to do all these type of tests. And this is known as the 8-box test.
I knew I had a problem when it comes to creativity. It's become extremely evident that I've got work to do.
Yeah. You know, as we'll go through, creativity isn't, you know, we are all born with it. But as I mentioned earlier, we get educated out of it because we are taught to think in boxes. We just don't know how to divide these boxes into 4 equal parts. This is actually taken from one of the tests called the Torrance test of creativity that has been used for years and years to actually test people's creativity.
Please start sharing in the Zoom chat how
just how many you managed to get done.
And the emphasis is on equal parts, 4 equal parts.
Yes, equal, yeah.
I'll start. I'll embarrass myself public here. I can't get past 2, okay? I did admit I've got a problem.
Okay. Okay, so as you're sharing, let me move on to show you some of the examples that you could have done. So I'm sure most of you, the top 4, I know straight away. So this is also what we call predictable human habits. So if I was doing a test, I would know straight away the first 4 that generally people do. And I've done this hundreds of times, so I know the first 4 are what is given. And that's why you can work out people's predictable behavior, because you just need to understand people's patterns. The next 4 are completely different. And these are where the creativity starts to come out. And just to give you another example, so often when I start, and please use this if you are coaches or teams, when I start off a team build or a coaching session or workshop, if there's like at least more than 10 people, I tell them, please place yourselves in chronological order of your birthday. So if it's 2nd of January, 10th of March, 8th. Now, generally, these people don't know each other's birthdays. If they do, it's not going to work. Then you have to come up with something else. But you place yourself in chronological order of your birthdays. But you're not allowed to speak. You're not allowed to write. And then I make it even more difficult because I know as soon as you can't speak or write, people use their hand signals. So they go to there. So I remove hand signals away. And then you look at people and they say it's impossible. We can't do this. And it's amazing how all of a sudden you start to see the creativity come through. I did a session with Deloitte and they used coffee beans because we had coffee beans on the table for smelling for another exercise. So they started placing coffee beans, or people stamp their foot like 1, 2, 3. So this is this type of thing, because if I allow you to use the first three options, and I know exactly what it would be, creativity is going into the unknown. And that's where we need to work. Right, this one. You can just use your finger on your screen and trace a path from A to B. Just 10 seconds or 20 seconds. Just try that, everyone. Just trace a path. If you've printed it out, then do it. But if not, just use your finger to like trace a path from A to B. Okay, so not always easy to get people's answers, but I'm sure most of you did it this, if I'm correct. Liesel, did you do it this way?
No, I didn't. I'm intimidated now.
Craig, did you do it this way? You did. Because I can't see anyone else.
We've got a lot of people saying done. So Vedette, did you do it this way? You can come in and say yes or no. Oh, you need to say it. You need to say she did it this way.
I did it two ways. Sorry, Liesel, I had myself on mute. The first way I did it like that. The second way I did it just going straight to A to B, because you didn't say that we have to stick to the boxes.
So well done. So I can promise you, I have done this thousands of people. I mean, I'm talking corporates, Investec, I'm talking corporates of Discovery, and 95% of people will do it this way. Interesting enough, and exactly what you said, Vedette, you could have just gone from A to B, or you can just go round from that, from A to B. It doesn't matter. You could have done a squiggly line. All it said was just to connect from A to B. And this is straight away where you can see that 95% of people will do it this way. And that's where you start to realize people's creativity levels. Right. Unfortunately, let me take Vedette. What does this read to you once you...
I'm muted. Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you. No,
Sorry.
you're not.
I must read it. Sorry.
But what does it say?
Well, I mean, straight away I go to be creative, obviously. It says be creative because you just fill in the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. So it's be creative, recreative. But truth be told, it could just be these letters. And this is what's frightening is, as I said, we are predictable. We've been taught to certain patterns and to do certain things which make our behavior very predictable. And this is why, at the end of the day, most adults are sitting with a 2% creativity genius level.